Robertson are about to get things underway.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. The first frame, B. Robertson to break.
Not very often we say this, Lee, but I think Neil Robertson needs to get himself back to form. It's not been the season that he was anticipating, that we were anticipating from him.
No, by Neil's eye standards, you know, he's had, you know, by any normal standards, it would be a very good season, but by Neil's standards, it's kind of an average season for him so far. You know, the standard that he's set over the last few years. I think he's currently on the 1 year list. I think he's 17th. So, although this tournament doesn't count for the Players' Championship in a couple of weeks' time, he'll be looking to get a little bit of form here and then go taking that into the Welsh Open to hopefully qualify for the Players' Championship later this month.
Yeah, I think 4 days solid practice or 2, depending on whether he wins the group or not. I think they will be priceless for him.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Neil, obviously, the standards that he set over the last few years, he will be, you know, obviously he'll just be trying to go to the Welsh Open and try and win the Welsh Open, but he'll definitely want to be in the biggest tournaments, the Players' Championship and the Tour Championship. So obviously now towards the end of the season he's going to have to go really do very, very well to get into both of those tournaments.
And he's up against an opponent who is having the time of his life. Won the Gibraltar Open title at the tail end of last season. And what did he do in Germany last week? Something that's been possible. What's it before? Made a 147 and a 146 in the same event. That's dreamland stuff.
Yeah, incredible. It's where we're saying that Neil may be not in the best of form at the moment. You know, we certainly know that Rob is playing some fantastic stuff. Narrowly missed out on the final in Germany and making a 146 and a 147, like I think you said. I think is it Stephen Hendry's the only player ever to do that before, I think, in the same tournament?
That's right, he did it at the UK Championship. 147 against Barry Wilkinson and then a 146 to complete victory in the final.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yes, so Milkins was so close to making the final, lost 6-5 to Ali Carter. And Carter went on to beat Tom Ford for the title for a first prize of £80,000. And in spin-offs, considerably more.
Yeah, winning a tournament these days, obviously with the champion of champions and the Grand Prix, the Players' Championship, you know, there's a lot of spin-offs from winning a tournament. There's only a couple of players that are almost guaranteed to be in the Tour Championship at the end of the season, which is for the top 8 players. So there's still a lot to play for. There's still a few tournaments to go before that, where players can earn enough money to get into those tournaments, and certainly Neil and Rob will be looking at having a good showing next week at the Welsh Open to get into those, because obviously this tournament doesn't go into the Tour Championship and Players Championship, but it does count for the Champion of Champions.
And in terms of building confidence or losing it, as you say, it will count towards the Welsh next week. So congratulations to Ali Carter, the German Masters champion. He's one of the ultimate Championship League stalwarts, and he's come good again. Now can Robertson come good here after Milkins missed the blue?
What?
The one thing about him is that he's always so reliable when it comes to scoring.
Yeah, one of the heaviest scorers in the team. There's the season where he made 100 centuries. It's incredible. Players can, play for many years, 20 years, and not even get 100 centuries. So, to make 100 centuries in one season just tells you all you need to know about Neil Robertson scoring.
And there was a deep Championship League connection to that record. Made 103 in total, and 22 of those were compiled in the Championship League that season. At the time, it was the greatest amount of centuries ever compiled by one player in a single tournament.
14.
Subsequently broken by Kyron Wilson, who made 23 centuries in the Championship League a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's an incredible amount of century breaks in just in one tournament. I know they were, if you're involved in all 7 of these groups, you're playing a lot of frames. But still, to make 22 and 23 centuries, that really is incredible.
Winning a group here would do wonders, I think, for Robertson. I'm not saying he's suffering a crisis of confidence. That would be complete exaggeration.
15.
But that's not the kind of shot you expect from him. He played a cannon on the red
Green ball.
next to the black and made no contact whatsoever.
Neil Robertson, 15.
Yeah, not the best of safety shots there. We're looking to play off the green to get the white in behind the blue. Maybe have another look at the cannon, and it wasn't an easy cannon because he could only hit a part of the red, but it wasn't that close to it. Not the best safety in the world there by Rob, catching the pink, but I think that's a part of Rob's game that is very underrated, is his safety. I think he plays very quickly, scores, goes for his shots, but very experienced player, and I think his safety game is very, very good. If you need to, if you want to be around for as long as he has and around the top of the game, you've got to have a good all-round game, and I think Rob's safety is very underrated.
So instinctive, isn't he, when he gets down quickly and plays a shot? It's because he identifies what the shot is swiftly.
Yeah, a bit like me, Phil.
A little bit like you, Neil. Lee, a little bit. Let's put it this way. He's not greatly inhibited by a shot clock, is he?
No, that's why you know, the shootout is never a problem for Rob.
Yeah, and also, since the last time we were with you for the Championship League, congratulations to Chris Wakelin on winning the shootout. That was tremendous, especially the way he captured the title. Missed the black for a total clearance in that 10-minute final. That takes some doing. It was brilliant.
Yeah, and again, what we were saying earlier, you know, winning that tournament, you know, has given Chris an excellent chance of qualifying for the Players' Championship. I think I'm right. I think he's about 13th now on the list because he followed it up last week with some good victories in the German Open as well, and you know, that win has not only got him in the champions, but it's given him a very good chance of getting in the Players' Championship, which was the top 16 players of the season.
Down a bit, please. Thank you.
Yeah, Milkins basically defeated Wakelin last week 5-2 in the quarterfinals. So Chris carried on the excellence from the shootout for a while. It's amazing winning that event, how often it leads to much bigger things down the line for players, even though it's criticised, the shootout, by many. The confidence players gain from it is irrefutable. Oh,
One.
and talking about gaining confidence, that shot should infuse Neil Robertson with confidence.
Yeah, it's a lovely long red from Neil there. The trademark shot of his. Nice kiss on the yellow as well. Black on the safety of the shot that was played earlier. The black is now in the Open as well, so he's got pink and black now to choose from as well. So this is now a really good chance to get some points together and go on and win this first frame.
7.
A few moments ago you might have heard our referee John Pellew from your homeland, Lee, asking for quiet. Now that wasn't from the crowd.
8.
It's a behind closed doors event, the Championship League. Always has been. Table 2 is very close though. Could have been that.
Yeah, I know John very well. Very good referee.
14.
I don't think he'd be a very good football referee though, John Pellew, because he's such a nice guy. He'd never brandish a red card, would he?
15.
Nice pick into the middle there from Neil. 35 points in front.
21.
He's got 3 or 4 easy-ish reds here. Just got to make sure controls that cue ball.
22.
You would expect him to go on after that good long red and take the first frame.
In between frames here, I'll give you the format of the tournament, what's gone so far and what's to come. We're just starting here today the second half of the event. I'll explain when this frame is completed.
$28. $29.
Well, that's the old chestnut, isn't it, Lee? Hit that one too well.
Yeah, I mean, he was just trying to make sure there that he got up the table for pink or black, and he's actually gone past the blue spot. So now the only thing he's left now is the green. Avoid the middle pocket. Oh, he's caught the jaw. That could be end of break.
32.
Just missed the centre pocket there.
Lee, you've been with us before for certain days of the Championship League this time around, and Robertson will discover this. Milkins already knows it because he's been involved in 3 previous groups. This table is really reactive.
Yeah, I mean the table, you know, I think you can tell by the amount of the last time that I commentated, there was I think Stuart Bingham won the group, and there was a load of century breaks, and I mean that's an excellent safety there from Neil as well. Excellent safety shot. So I think that tells you, you know, when the players are scoring that well, I think it tells you that you know, the tables are playing really nice, and I think that you saw that off the green, the reaction that he got there. He actually got, again, too much into the cue ball and caught the middle jaw of the pocket. So yeah, I think we can expect a lot of high breaks again over these next 2 days, over these 4 days actually.
Nothing significant on table 2, but the first frame of the day is in the books. Matt Selt won it by 99 points to 0 against Dave Gilbert, finishing off with a run of 46. So Selt's prize money, already substantial for the tournament, clicks up by an extra £100. It's £100 per frame 1, remember.
Trying to get him behind that blue again, and it's another excellent safety shot. Do very well not to leave a red on you. Oh, he's played a great shot there. That is an excellent shot.
Yeah, Robertson had him in trouble twice, and he's got no reward for those snookers behind the blue. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, like I said, that is a part of Rob's game that I think is very, very underrated. You know, I think he's nobody would ever think to talk about his safety play, or, you know, he's just a very, nowadays, I know he plays quick, but he is a very, very solid match player. I think that's one of the reasons as well why, you know, obviously the scoring helps as well, but the reason why he's getting a lot of results. He's been around the top of the game, the top 32 for a long time now, and you've got to be a really good player to stay around the top of the game like that for that many years.
He's 47 next month, but he still plays what people call the young man's game. I think he has slowed down marginally, but it's only a fraction.
Yeah. Another great long red there by Neil. A bit straight, so couldn't really do anything with the cue ball. 47 points in front.
The pink might seem enticing, but with the reds as they are, Robertson knows Milkins well capable of a counter-attack. I think he's doing the right thing here. Yeah,
so again, this is what he's going to do here. I don't think he's going to take this pink on. A lot of players might take the pink on here, but this is Neil will be looking. I think he's going to play, if he's going to play safe off the blue, he'll be looking to put this blue on the side cushion. There you go. And now he's made it, if Rob does get a chance to win this frame, he's made it a lot more difficult now for Rob to clear up and win this frame, and you know, that is good match snooker, and that's what you need to do. So any young player watching that was thinking, why didn't he take the pink on there? 47 points in front, he's in a very strong position. By putting that blue on the cushion, he's in an even stronger position.
And if you like potting balls, you will pot more in the long run by playing good safety. because you'll have more chances.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he hasn't made any big breaks in this frame. You know, he's potted a couple of really good long reds. But apart from the blue that Rob missed earlier in the frame, every time he's come to the table, he's been welded to that top cushion or behind the blue. So another chance of a long red, yeah. Goes that one instead. Really nice shot. That was the kiss.
Shot to the thing from Robertson. Obviously, when you knock that kind of pot in, once the red has gone down, you wanted hope to be shot to something.
Yep. So again, if you're looking to play the yellow to the cushion.
Neil Robertson, 1.
He's lefty. I think there's maybe a gap through here to hit the right hand side of the bottom red. But now with the yellow safe, the blue safe and the brown safe, almost impossible for Rob to clear, should he get a chance to clear up in one visit.
Yeah, well observed there from the 1997 World Championship quarter-finalist. Does it seem like 26 years ago, Lee?
Yeah. When you were saying Rob is coming up to his 47th birthday, mine is just around the corner in a few days' time. So yeah, some things seem only yesterday, but yeah, that does seem a long time ago.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, I remember well, you were voted Young Player of the Year that year. Now you're a senior.
Thanks, Bill.
Oh, I can say that I'm a super senior. Well, I'm not super, but you know what I mean. On table 2, Matthew Selty's having a great time in this tournament, very lucrative. He's got a wonderful chance, it seems, at the start of frame 2 against Dave Gilbert.
What?
Gilbert has won the Championship League in its ranking version, and he's made a 147 in this invitation version. But hasn't potted a ball over there yet, and it looks as though Rob Milkins in this opening frame is going to pot just a single ball.
Yeah, very good red in the middle, landed on the green, and taking that red now will be the end of this first frame. No fireworks yet, but Neil will be pretty happy. Played some excellent safety.
11.
That red did not matter. Milkins nods in concession. I think the way Robertson approached that frame tells us a lot. He's here to win. He means business, and he's drawn first blood. Neil Robertson 1, Rob Milkins 0. Now I promised to tell you about the no fireworks to start. Neil Robertson taking a 1-0 lead over Rob Milkins in a rather scrappy affair that didn't really see much fluency, but I think it's inevitable down the line. Given the quality of players in Group 5, we're going to see an abundance of fluency.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real 2 days of real good snooker here. Lots of attacking players on show. I think we might see the way this table seems to be playing. I think we could, these two tables rather, seem to be playing. I think we could see a lot of centuries over the next 2 days.
Just let me give you a story so far from the 4 groups played. Group 1 was won by Jack Lisowski. 21 centuries were made in that group. Group 2, the winner was Stuart Bingham. 19 centuries made. Bingham beat Rob Milkins in that group final 3-1. Then we had Karen Wilson coming through into the winners group on the first 2 days in March, that will be. Well, Robertson got away with that one. And then Group 4, that was won by Judd Trump. Some superb snooker on offer from Trump there. So 4 players through to the winners group, all of them multiple top 16 years they've spent. Jack Lisowski, the only one of them who hasn't won multiple ranking events. Hasn't won one yet, which is, to me, extraordinary considering how good he is.
Yeah, I think that I keep saying it, but I think that's only a matter of time, though. The way Jack has been playing again this season, he's been one of the informed players of the season. Although he hasn't won a tournament, he's been there or thereabouts in a lot of tournaments.
Please don't take this as any form of criticism of Lisowski. I'm a massive fan. I'm just saying a general point here, and I think this would apply to anyone. Until a player has won a world ranking title, I agree with you, Lee. I think he more likely than not will win one. I think he could possibly win several. But until they've won one, you can never actually totally guarantee it, can you?
No, and I mean, especially with the standard of play that there is at the moment, you know, and the amount of good players. No, you certainly can't guarantee anything. But you know, I think Jack is, you know, someone who's getting to the latter stages of a lot of tournaments, and I think if you keep knocking on that door, eventually that door will open, and I'm sure it will for him, because you know, a deciding frame loss again last week in the semi-final. In Germany, semi-final of the Masters. You know, he's certainly going in the right direction, and I don't think it'll be too long before he finally wins one. And then when he finally wins one, I think, you know, like you said, he could win a few.
Super opening red from Milkins, hitting down on the cue ball. Clean pot, and he held the cue ball this side of the balk line for a choice.
Yeah, excellent first red.
5.
From Rob.
6.
Gonna have to look here to maybe get the pink or black into play. It's going to be very difficult to make a sizable break from just the blue. Be concentrating on the blue at the moment, but you want to try and leave a nice angle on this blue. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a chance then to try and free out the pink.
12.
But he won't be doing it from there.
You were mentioning, Lee, the large amount of centuries made so far. In the first 4 groups, 74 centuries have been recorded. And the way this tournament is configured, as Milkins manufactures that angle terrifically, the way this tournament is configured, we have 7 regulation groups.
What part's down there, is it?
That's just the bottom slate,
But yeah, we'll keep an eye on
Oh, I think he's a little bit concerned about the slate here and the white wobbling around. That's interesting.
17.
Resolvable, but not in a few moments.
18.
So as I was saying, 74 centuries in the first 4 groups. 3 more regulation groups to come. Groups 5 and 6 this week. Then Group 7, the last 2 days of February. And then all 7 group winners reconvene
23.
for the winners group on March 1 and 2, right here at the Morningside Arena in Leicester.
I'm just about to say there,
Milkins,
Rob did get an angle
23.
on the blue, played the shot, opened the pink, finished on the red in the middle, opened the pink beautifully, but has missed the red in the middle. So he played that almost perfectly there, just forgot to pot the red there in the middle. And unfortunately for Rob, now he's left a chance for Neil.
1.
We extol the virtues of Milkins. He is a wonderful player. That's always been the weakness. That mystery miss out of nowhere when he's seemingly looking good.
Yeah, he potted a great first red. A great
6.
shot, as you said there, when he was quite straight on the blue to manufacture the angle. Then he potted the red, got a lovely angle on the blue, opened the reds, had a red to the middle, which opened the pink up into a number of pockets, and surprisingly, especially the way he's been playing lately, missed the red to the middle pocket.
13.
That is something that
14.
really, will anger Rob there, because he's done the hard work there, potted the good red, got himself a nice chance, and he knows that he should still be at the table taking these, and that is something that when you're sat in your seat, is very hard to take,
16.
very hard to get your head around, knowing that this should be you making these points, not your opponent.
17. 22.
Still not absolutely straightforward. Just concentrating on the pink for the moment.
These two being outpaced by table 2, where Matt Selt has taken a 2-0 lead over Dave Gilbert, who's yet to pot a ball.
29.
It's been a barren start to the group from him.
30.
By taking one of those 2 reds as well, now frees up the other red. He will be thinking now, it's 13 points in front.
36.
He's got 2 easy reds, and then he'll have to think about trying to
37.
play a shot to cannon the 2 reds by the black. He's trying to think of now where he wants to put the cue ball to play that shot. at how he's going to go about it. Thinking you're a number of shots in front.
Two. $43.
He's going to have to come off the side cushion, yeah. That will do nicely.
49.
He's got the angle. Just looking at, he's either thinking of potting the red, maybe playing the black to disturb the reds, or if he's got the angle, he might play to pot the reds, screw into the reds, leave himself on the black. Just a question of what angle he's got on this red. So he's going to do it off the black. That's very unlucky to finish there.
57.
Good shot off the black, split the reds.
And being only 34 ahead, he's still 2 pots away from sealing the frame.
And he can actually get to a bit more of this cue ball than I thought, so I do expect him now to pot this.
58.
35 in front, 35 on. So if Milkins does get the opportunity, last red black and all the colours would enable him to force a respotted black. But Robertson now trying to give his opponent a headache. He knows the black is completely unavailable. It would be imprudent to take on the pink, of course. That would be reckless in the extreme.
Yeah, he'd love to find a way of trying to push the black to the cushion, yeah. Looking at a way to leave the...
$58. Foul 4.
Snooker required.
Okay.
And although
frame.
the cue ball going in off has left distance between white and red, Milkins concedes. Neil Robertson has made a very good start to his Bedvictor Championship League campaign. He leads by a couple of frames to 0. Welcome back to the Morningside Arena here in Leicester. Neil Robertson, who makes a habit of lifting trophies, who has had a simply wonderful career, not having the best of times this season, but of course there's plenty of time to turn that around and turn it into a season that's memorable for all the right reasons. And a good run here in the Championship League might well be a stepping stone to that. Robertson 2-0 up on Rob Milkins here on table 2. Matthew Selt 2-0 up on Dave Gilbert. And what's more, Selt has got quite a handy chance at the start of the third frame, as Milkins has got a handy chance at the start of the third frame on 1. And how are those two linked, Selt and Milkins? Well, on the money list for the Championship League so far, they are 1 and 2. Even though they haven't won a group yet. Matt Selt has won a little over £13,000. Rob Milkins a little over £8,000. Of course, the group winners, the likes of Bingham, Wilson, Trump and Lisowski, they're in line for a very big payday because they're involved in the winners group. So that's the ultimate goal, to get there. Oh, as he plays a cracker with the rest.
Yeah, excellent red with the rest, but he overrun the position from pot in the black, and now because of that, if you run out of position on one shot, potted the yellow, but I don't think he's going to be happy with this.
11.
We were talking earlier about Neil Robertson not being guaranteed the Players' Championship, but also you've got the likes of Mark Williams, John Higgins and Ronnie O'Sullivan not guaranteed the Players' Championship at the moment.
11.
Yeah, that Welsh Open is going to be one very important tournament next week.
Yeah, I'm definitely know that for the likes of John Higgins, he would have to win the Welsh Open, and I think Ronnie would probably need a final or pretty close to it.
1. Foul.
Mark is currently number 16 on that list, so he's going to need a couple of wins as well. See Rob there, pot a good red. Little bit unlucky. Cannoned off the single red and the pack of reds and has gone in off. Just not happening for Rob at the moment. But a long way to go. Maybe not in this match, but certainly in the group.
Yeah, just to complete your train of thought, Lee, on the Players' Championship, it is the top 16 players who go to Wolverhampton towards the end of the month. Top 16 players on the one-year list. Mark Williams on the bubble. Notables who are just outside the line. Barry Hawkins, Neil Robertson in 18th. So I reckon he, to be absolutely sure, would need a quarter-final. Rob Milkins is 20th. A little more work to do for him, maybe. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, 26th on the one-year list. Now, Lee's quite right. I think if he got to the final of the Welsh Open, he would be all right. But it's not mathematically guaranteed that. The only way you can completely say, I'm sure of being in, would be to win it. But I think if he gets to the final, he'll be okay.
Yeah, and no guarantee, obviously. No, it's extremely difficult to get to the latter stages of tournaments at the moment with so many great players. So, like you said, it'll be a very interesting Welsh Open.
And of course, to complicate matters, but to spice things up as well, it is the final tournament in the Bet Victor European Series, where the winner of that receives a £150,000 bonus. And right now, top of the list is Ali Carter, because the German Masters counted for that bonus. 11 players, though, could still collect it.
Yeah, and that would be a lovely bonus, wouldn't it? £150,000. That one win from Ali last week, you know, won him the tournament, put him in the Players' Championship. He'd be looking good for the Tour Championship at the end of the season as well, which is the top 8. Put him in the Champion of Champions. He's got a very good chance of getting automatic qualification now for the Crucible as well. So that one win, 80,000, I think it was worth, is actually worth a lot more than that.
I remember very well when Barry Hearn came in to take over the game all those years ago, and what a great job he's done, by the way, even though you hear criticisms levelled at times. I remember he said, I want to reward winners, and he's certainly done that. So I told you 11 players could still win that Bed Victor bonus. They are Joe O'Connor, Rob Milkins, who if he were to win the Welsh would have a chance, Mark Williams, Barry Hawkins, Neil Robertson, again, has to win the title and then hope results go his way. Chris Wakelin, Luca Brissell, Mark Selby needs to reach the final to have a chance. Mark Allen the semi-finals. Karen Wilson's up there in number 2, leading the way by £9,000 though, and sitting pretty at the moment, Ali Carter. So I think it's fair to say, Lee, that since it started in the early 1990s, the Welsh Open has always been seen as a really big tournament. I think this year's edition will be the most consequential ever.
Yeah, certainly got a lot of different things riding on it. For a lot of players. Obviously, you can't afford to be thinking of that when you go and play. You can just think about winning your match, but certainly a lot at stake in the Welsh Open this year.
Also, possible relegation issues. Trying to get into the top 16 in time for the World Championship and to be seeded to the Crucible. And that's why, for these guys doing well here this week and boosting confidence, that would be very timely indeed.
Rob wanted to come a little bit further down the table to have a choice of one of these 3 reds. He's still on either 2 of these 3 reds. In this one, probably going to cannon the pink.
5.
Played that beautifully.
He just sort of prods the cue towards the ball, doesn't he? His own unique style, but boy, it works.
Yeah, very, very natural player. Very good to watch. Another lovely cannon there, playing into the 3 reds at the bottom on the bottom cushion. And now, although the black is still tied up, he's got a 15-point lead. There's 5 easy reds. I think pink. Just checking now to see if the pink will go into the left-hand black pocket. We'll soon see after this shot. I'm not sure if that pink does look like a little pot, so I'm not sure if Rob did play for the pink and overhit it, or yeah, that pink definitely does pot. So I think he's just overhit that one. It's a good positional shot now. Missed the cannon. He hasn't. And if that green go, oh.
17.
How dare it? Robertson knows about Milkins, knows him very well. Their head-to-head record, Robertson 5, Milkins 4. And twice Milkins has beaten Robertson in the first round of the World Championship at the Crucible. 2013, 10-8. 2018, 10-5.
Robert
But
Milkins,
whether
17.
he will beat Robertson in this match now has a massive question mark hanging over it. That was a little reckless, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of frustration there from Rob. He's had a few chances this morning. It's just been one of those matches where kind of nothing really is. You know, the black has been tied up for basically all three of the frames. He's missed a couple of pots you'd expect him to get, and you know, played some really nice shots there to get himself a good chance, as he did in the frame before. And he obviously just a little bit of frustration there. I actually remember the match in 2018 because that he played against Neil. He played very, very well, and because I remember Mark Williams had the winner of that match, and that was the year Mark went on to win it.
Yeah, Robertson, of course, winning the world title in 2010, and when he did so, everyone, myself included, assumed he would become a double, maybe even a treble world champion, but it's still not happened, and that red didn't happen.
10.
Caught it too full, stays on the table. What a reprieve.
Yeah, I mean that just goes to tell you how difficult it is to win world championships, because when you've got a player like Neil Robertson, you know, and he's only won it once. I say only once, but you know, that just goes to show how difficult winning the world championship is, and how many great players there are that are capable of winning it.
Yeah, when Milkins beat him in the first round, as I say, 5 years apart. On both occasions, it was considered by the wider sporting public, and even by people in snooker, that was considered an upset. But when you see him play well, you know Milkins is capable of beating anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Without a doubt. Not many, if any, players in the game that Rob hasn't beaten over the years. So that nice,
Milkins, 14.
nice right up there I've given him there. He's missed the red into the middle.
Yeah, the same middle that denied Robertson, but nothing to do with the pocket. That was player error. Robertson hit the far jaw and it wobbled out, went round the rim. Exactly the same thing happened with Milkins.
One.
Good red from Neil. Bridging over. As Rob looks on there, wondering what's happening. Still a little bit of life left in this frame yet, though. It's going to be very, very difficult for Neil to win the frame at this visit. Great effort. If he can get through to the red. Not sure if he can. Doesn't look like he can.
Lee Robertson, 4.
But all 3 reds in play now. So 1 mistake, although Rob is 21 points in front. 1 mistake would cost him this frame and this match.
Unintentional. I think that's one of the reasons why Robertson was looking at the cue ball on his last safety shot. He knew it was going to make contact with the yellow and he was concerned it might nudge the yellow safe, but it remains an open play, as do the other 5 colours. Until then, Milkins happy to see the blue under the side cushion.
Yeah, Rob will be very happy to see that. 21 points in front. He won't. If he gets a chance, he won't need that blue. Neil definitely will.
And you said, if he gets a chance, just coming down to see whether this red goes. If he does, he could be in to win the frame right here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with this red pots. Not easy queuing off the cushion, but you would expect Rob to knock this in.
And now with that miss, the significance of the blue going safe has been multiplied.
One.
I can tell you with a 52 clearance to the pink, Matthew Selt has just defeated Dave Gilbert 3-0 on table 2. So the Championship League cash machine for 2023, Selt, is off to a flyer in yet another group.
8.
Next up on table 2, by the way, in a few moments, John Higgins against Nopon Sankar.
9.
Always nice to get off to a winning start, as Matt has done there, and as Neil is looking to do here. Just a little bit short on the red, so
16.
not sure what angle he's got. He's just looking to see if he can play the cannon here, pot this red, cannon the blue. Got a good chance to finish on blue, brown or yellow. And there's the cannon.
17.
A little bit unlucky there. The blue, the brown or the yellow to finish on.
Lee Robertson, 17.
So right back in the frame, just 4 points in it.
Yeah, and again, Neil didn't want to put that blue anywhere near the cushion there.
Foul.
It's
And
going to be a
miss.
disaster here for
Free
Rob.
ball. 4. Lee Robertson.
Yeah, foul call by John Pellew, of course, and a free ball.
Blue ball.
Points all square. Blue counting as 2. So 2 points in front. Yellow, green, brown, and the blue. should be the first match tied up.
2.
Now, over the course of the first 4 groups, when players were playing along the cushions, the pockets were quite friendly, but at the bulk end of the table, this kind of shot is never easy. Oh, he's done well. Very well.
7.
Yeah, I definitely think that these pockets are playing slightly easier than the star tables. It's
11.
definitely easier, like you said, they're down the cushion. I never fancied Neil to miss that one.
They've only played once before in the Championship League. Group 1 in 2019. Robertson won 3-1. He's going to improve on that scoreline here. It wasn't the heavy scoring Neil Robertson we've come to expect and to thoroughly enjoy watching, but he got the job done. Rob Milkins on the back foot in this group already. He's